Hey everyone, welcome back to Morgan's Cozy Corner. I'm Morgan and I'm here to help you get your spaces cozy. I'm very excited for that. So today we're starting a new series segment called Let's Discover. And the first thing we're going to take a look at is the brand new Scentsy Warm Home Decor line. So we just launched our brand new Scentsy 2026 annual catalog at the beginning of the month. And in this catalog, we now have four brand new home decor lines, which I'm very excited for. So today we're going to start with one. I'm not going to show you guys all four at the same time. And this one is just going to be our home decor line. It's going to be great, you guys. This collection is all about creating warm and comforting atmospheres in your home or your office or anywhere that you guys are constantly at, really. And it is perfect for those moments when you just want to relax and unwind and just shake off the day, which is great. So let's go ahead and get started. So what is the warm home decor line? What items can we expect to be in here? What does warm even mean? So the warm home decor line is a collection of pieces that are grounded. Listen to that, grounded. They feature earthy components, invoke a cozy feeling that leaves you feeling warm and just really great. And they use natural textures and color palettes. When you think of the warm home decor line, think of bringing the outside in because that's really what it's all about. When you think of the warm home decor line, also think of home decor styles like farmhouse, modern farmhouse, cozy, coastal, shabby chic, rustic, anywhere that really captures the outdoor spirit. And that's what you're going to be seeing in this warm home decor line. So here are some spaces that I think absolutely represent what it means to bring the outdoors in. These spaces embody the warm home decor line effortlessly. In the upper left, we have a cozy cabin living room. In the upper middle section, we have an open air living room, super airy, right? In the upper right hand section, we have an airy, kind of mixed style bedroom. In the bottom left hand section, we have just this iconic coastal color palette dining space. And then in the bottom right hand section, we have more of a moody color palette for another kind of coastal living space. All of these really embody that nature look, the natural wood textures, the color tones that really look like the outdoors. Somewhere where you can just sit and it feels like you may be surrounded by nature. And that's exactly what the Warm Home Decor line is all about. All right, guys, so let's take a closer look at these images and kind of break down the spaces. And I've also made recommendations of some new Scentsy home decor items that could fit in these spaces. So the first room we're going to look at is that cabin, you guys. I love this space from the natural wood on the ceiling and the exposed beams to just those warm color palette tones all around the couches, the stone fireplace, the warm fire going on inside the fireplace. Even you guys can look in the back windows and see that there's a forest line right there. So this actually reminds me of when we were moving from Fort Benning, Georgia to here. We now live in San Antonio, Texas. And we actually stayed in a cabin for almost a week while we were moving from there to here. It was kind of like our mini family vacation while we were wrapping up everything we were working on, like moving out of the house and all of that stuff. But it was just one of the most peaceful, relaxing times that we got to spend as a family. We were right on the wood line. We would feed the deer leftover salad. Don't worry, guys, I'm dressing or anything. It was just literally carrots and lettuce. We're not trying to hurt wildlife over here. But they also had a fire pit. We were roasting marshmallows and hot dogs one night. And my kids just really loved it, which was great because moving is already a headache. And this was just a time where we got to relax and be at peace. And that's what I super love about this warm home decor line is it really is all about finding that peace and comfort even together. Um, so because of this style, the warmer that I'm choosing for this space is the Morcana Marble Warmer. You guys, this warmer is made with real Morcana marble. Scentsy tried really hard to replicate a kind of marble patterning, but it was just really hard without making it look like cheap, something that wasn't of quality. So Scentsy just decided like, hey, if we want to do this the best we can, we're going to make this thing out of real marble. So yes, it is real marble. Each warmer has some weight to it, you guys. So just be careful because of the unique marbling texture that actually comes with authentic marble. No two Marcano marbles are going to look alike. And I absolutely love that when you turn the light on in this warmer and it's in kind of a dimmer space, like behind me maybe, there is this soft, warm ember glow from the inside of the warmer that kind of replicates that soft ember burn of a fire, which is just so, so cute and so warm and cozy. I also love the outside, like ruffling or scalloped edge pattern on this warmer. It absolutely reminds me of those tree trunks um, that you see. I can't remember what kind of tree it is because I'm not a herbologist, but it does remind me of a tree trunk, which actually fits in really perfectly with this kind of forest cabin look. And that's why I think this warmer is super, super perfect for this space, you guys. And just so you guys know, this is 5.5 inches tall for that warmer. So you can imagine where this warmer can go, maybe on a side table, maybe on the back bench by the left side window, somewhere where it's just going to really bring that space together. Add a little cherry on top. All right, y'all. The next space that we're going to look at is this open area living room. I absolutely love this space, you guys, because it almost mimics my living room space. Almost. So with this room, you guys will see it brings a lot of natural sunlight in. There's exposed wooden beams at the top of the room, the stone face of the fireplace, the natural wooden floors, and also the addition of extra wood pieces like the side table and the sofa table. The sofas look like they are just this neutral gray tone, which actually is my sofas. And there are some pops of white with those white accent chairs, which kind of help balance the space with the natural light that's coming in. Now, when I say this almost mimics my living room, you guys, I have natural wood floors, white walls. I do not have a stone fireplace, but I do have those natural gray couches. I think the only color difference here is that I have sage green curtains hanging in my windows, and I don't have the dark green rug, the dark gray rug right there in the middle, or a fireplace, or exposed beams. You guys, we live in a rented house. Come on. But I also love how the owner of this space incorporated some more nature by bringing in different household plants. And because of that, I think that our new white marigold warmer would actually look amazing in this space, you guys. I love the openness of this warmer, the clarity. It is just a clear glass warmer with overlaid marigold petals on top of it, and the vining between those petals actually is very geometrically similar to the exposed wood beams, to the blinds in the back, and to the lining on the accent chairs. And that is why I chose the white marigold warmer, is because the lining on this is so geometrically compatible to the lining in the space. And the marigold petals are so additionally amazing to the plants that are already in this space. Now, here's some information about this warmer that also is actually really cool. So, the petals that you see on the warmer are actually real pressed marigold petals that are applied by hand. Like, it takes an artist applying these by hand, which is insane. And they're real pressed petals. Like, what? This means, because they're applied by hand, that no two warmers are going to look alike. And because they're real petals, no two are going to look like. Which I love the uniqueness of Scentsy warmers, you guys. I don't love when I have something that 50,000 other people have. I want something that's just a little bit different because it makes it unique and special. I do also love that this warmer is kind of an open glass warmer. So the coloring you're getting is from the bulb and from the marigold petals. But other than that, it's just a clear open warmer. The bulb is going to give it a beautiful warm glow, which you guys can see all the way to the right image. And that actually produces a light cast or a shadow cast on the wall behind this warmer. So if you guys see in that darker image, there's a little bit of a geometrical design going on behind the white marigold warmer. That is because the light is shining through the warmer and the petals are kind of refracting the light. So it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous, you guys. This warmer is 6 inches tall and it is a glass warmer. And those are just some details about this white marigold warmer. But I absolutely think this warmer is adorable. It's simple, but it still brings nature in. The color tones work really well with the wood color tones in here, and actually also complement that portrait that's on the um, I can't think of the word right now. The shelf on the fireplace. Don't come at me. The mantle. The mantle. I remembered it. Because I'm a mom, my mom brain. All right, guys. Next thing we're going to talk about is this open mixed style bedroom. I kind of really love this space, you guys. I just want to crawl into that bed and just like lay there and be at peace. So this absolutely is a warm home decor style bedroom, if I do say so myself, you guys. That exposed wood beam at the top, perfect. The color palette is just very neutral, beautiful. There is some actual wood texture brought in here with the natural wood side table, the natural slab wood headboard. There's even a boho style macrame window covering in the back with that like driftwood stick that it's hanging on, which is gorgeous. There's also this like antique looking stool underneath the coat, but everything in here is just very calm and peaceful and very, there's nothing too crazy. It's all kind of within the same natural color tone palette. It's very clean looking. So for this room, I chose the Standard Linnea warmer. This is also a brand new warmer. I love the Scented Linnea warmer. I have one, so I've got to see it in person. And as much as I love this picture and as much as it shows detail, it's actually missing something. So let me explain. The Scented Linnea warmer is inspired by natural, raw, cut stone, like alabaster. Um, so it is absolutely beautiful. You guys are going to see these like really texturally. If you guys have ever looked like a split rock or like a broken rock, the inside of it, that texture right there is exactly what that pattern is mimicking, and it's really gorgeous. I love how it's just kind of one solid color almost, but the patterning in here is what really brings this warmer to life. There is a warm glow inside of this warmer, so that is what is giving the warmer that beautiful warm yellow, warm. I said warm twice. It's okay. I know what I'm saying. But it gives it that like just warm color, which matches the palette of this bedroom, especially the wood floors in this image, and it really ties together all of the woody color, like that warm brown, the light brown, the other brown. It's a lot of brown. But it's actually really great in the space. It's a little bit different from everything else. Uh, beyond the warm glow, there is actually, and this is the missing detail this image doesn't show, it has a sanded exterior on the glass warmer. So there is, it actually feels like really, really nice on the outside. It is textured because there's sand on the outside of the warmer. No, the sand does not shed, you guys. I have this warmer. I've tested it. I'm like, ooh, sand, let me rub it off. And it does not rub off, you guys. Um, you know, we got to test it. We got to make sure it doesn't fall off. Um, but what you miss in this image is that when light hits it a specific way, it will actually shimmer a little bit, not a whole lot because it's not like a ton of sand packed on the edge of it. But when that natural light in that bedroom hits the warmer, I bet it's going to leave like just this really beautiful, very slight sparkle on top of a really warm, glowing warmer, which is really, really nice. So this warmer is 5.5 inches tall, which means it's not a tall boy, but I think this would actually work really, really well on the side table right there next to the bed in the image. So I think this warmer would actually be really beautiful in this space. And it won't draw too much attention because if you look in here, there's not one focal point that draws all the attention in this image too. So I think a Standard Linnea warmer will kind of add to the space without being the star of the show, um, which is great in this space because I don't see anything that's really drawing a focal point in one area, which is nice. It's just one natural, neutral space. All right, guys, next we're going to talk about the coastal dining room. Now, you guys, when I say this palette is iconic coastal, I was born and raised in Florida, you guys. This is iconic coastal if I ever saw it. The only thing that I'm missing in here is like salmon pink or coral pink, and that space would be like literally coastal. But this dining space is color palette wise, absolutely coastal. The wood colors of the floor, the dining table, the backs of the chairs, even the cabinets really bring together that driftwood feeling. The chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. I absolutely love these. I wish I had these. They almost remind me of like hanging pearls. Like if you've ever seen a simple necklace with just one hanging pearl in the center, that's what the chandeliers remind me of, sort of thing, I guess. Um, if you look, and this is where I kind of laugh a little bit, at the left hand side of that image, there is a white deer head, which is a little funny because deer heads don't really fit into a coastal setting. But I do love how open and airy this space feels. There's organic, natural shapes in here, which is fantastic. This screams coastal to me. And for this setting, I chose the new Seafoam Bloom Warmer. So the Seafoam Blue Warmer is seafoam green. However, when you turn on the warmer, it does kind of give this warm glow that kind of mixes that tealy color with the wood color. So if you're looking at the dining image, the teal green of the buffet seating with the wood tones, it's kind of like a middle ground between those two, which I think really would tie the space together beautifully. So the seafoam blue warmer was inspired by sea glass, which I absolutely love sea glass. It's so beautiful. I used to have a sea glass wind chime and it got tangled and we couldn't untangle it. Darn move. That one got all tangled. I moved from Georgia. But I do love that it has organic silhouette. The wax dish on this, or the very upper portion of the warmer that has the ruffles on it, it just mimics waves for me. When I look at it, I'm just reminded of just repetition of the waves that are crashing on the seashore, just over and over, like that beautiful ripple pattern. This is a very peaceful, very serene centerpiece warmer, and I think it would work beautifully in this space. This warmer is 6.5 inches tall and is glass. If I had to pick a space for this warmer to sit in this room, I would probably pick the middle shelf or the bottom shelf underneath that buffet seating, or maybe even, and this might be a little weird, inside one of the cabinets, because if you look really hard at the picture, and I know this is really small, you guys, the cabinets actually have some vases or urns inside of there that have that same silhouette body shape as this warmer, which I didn't notice until after I picked it for the space. And I'm like, oh, it's perfect. But you guys, I super love this seafoam bloom warmer, and I hope you do too. Let's check out the final room. All right, this is the room that I kind of had a little bit of trouble on, you guys. And I look at this picture and I'm like, I know this is a coastal room, but why does it look so weird to me? And it is because it is so dark and moody, and it's actually more of a masculine space, which is kind of funny. I'm not used to doing masculine spaces, but you know what? Sometimes I think the practice would actually help because I have my husband and we have 3 daughters. So sometimes a little masculinity practice works, so that way I can help my husband find a good space too. But I absolutely love this space actually. I love the dark navy blue colors, how they bring focus to specific things. I love how the navy blue is brought from the cabinets in the back to the pillows on the couch to even the books on top of this coffee table right in the middle. And I love how they paired it with like this sandy tan color, if that's the right word for it, tan. I love the rug too, you guys. It just brings the whole space together. And to kind of match that vibe, you guys, of the coastal, when I see these two French doors on the right hand side, I just imagine standing there and looking out those windows or the doors, the panes, and seeing just like a deep blue ocean with a thunderstorm rolling in. If you guys are from a coastal city or Florida or wherever they have beaches and you guys have ever seen a storm roll in over the ocean, it is one of the most beautiful but awe-inspiring, but like a little bit scary sometimes things that you can see because it's just there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, you guys. It's really cool. Now, the warmer that I chose for this one is the Wings and Waves warmer or the Waves and Wings warmer. I think both ways for some reason. It might just be me, I don't know. But this warmer is beautiful and the colors actually match the space. So I don't think that it would be in too much competition. There's already a lot going on in this room with the colors, with the accent pieces on the shelves, with just there's just a lot going on in this room. So I was looking for something a little more understated, but also had a little bit of character to it because this room actually does have a couple different pieces that draw your attention to it, like the coffee table, for instance. It is a gold color where the rest of the space is more like either navy blue or sand. Then there's white pillows on the couch, which draw your attention there. Then there's things on the shelves behind it, which draw your attention there. Then there's the French doors on the right hand side, which draw your attention there as well. So I wanted something that would kind of blend in with this, but not make it too out of place. Um, so this warmer is inspired by the sea and the sky with ocean blue to cloud white gradient ombre or ombre gradient. I love this warmer because it also has seabirds inside of it. And I know it's really hard to tell on that first image, but in the darker image, if you guys can tell, there is a textured outside of the warmer, except for where the birds are. So the birds actually show through really clearly and they're absolutely beautiful. These delicate little silhouettes are kind of scattered over the warmer and it just I don't know, it just reminds me of birds like flying over the ocean before a storm and that's what it reminds me of. But also, I did see a video of this in an even darker space, and it looks like sunset over an ocean, which I think is amazing. Watching the sunset over the ocean, you guys, is really, if you thought a thunderstorm over the ocean was crazy and amazing, a sunset over the ocean is just one of the most beautiful things you guys will ever be able to witness. And I actually kind of miss it because there's no ocean in San Antonio. But you guys, this warmer is 6 inches tall and is made of glass. And if I had to pick somewhere in this living space to put this warmer, I would honestly probably put it on that counter on the back right corner. What about you guys? Where would you put this warmer in this space? All right, you guys. And you know I couldn't talk about Scentsy warmers without also recommending different wax scents for you guys to use with the warmers. Now, I picked 3 different fragrances from our current catalog that would absolutely work in any of these spaces, you guys. However, I am a little particular. I actually love helping you guys find the perfect scent for your spaces. So I do have a couple of different spaces picked out for these fragrances, and I will let you know what they are. So let's start with that seagrass and sand bar. Seagrass and Sand is one of our brand new scents to the catalog, like brand new, just launched at the beginning of the month. And it is probably one of my favorite Scentsy scents, you guys. One of my favorite Scentsy fragrances. So Seagrass and Sand is in the cozy fragrance category. How perfect, right? And the scent description is coastal wildflowers, fresh cracked coconut, and white sand beaches. It is just so good. So good. I actually need more because I have like not even half a bar left, and it's so good. But if I had to pick rooms for the Seagrass and Sand fragrance, I would obviously pick the 2 coastal rooms. So the one with the navy blue and sand color and the wings and waves warmer, and the coastal dining space with the oh my gosh, I lost my brain with the seafoam bloom warmer. Woo, you guys, mom brain. I'm tired tonight. And then the other space I would actually use seagrass and sand in is that open, exposed beam living room with the white marigold warmer. Just because of how open it is, I do feel like seagrass and sand may be a really good addition to this because seagrass and sand is not super strong, but it adds a little bit of like sweetness with that fresh cracked coconut. And I feel like that open, airy space would definitely pair well with the seagrass and sand, and that the fragrance notes on that, so the coastal wildflowers, the fresh cracked coconut, white sand beaches, would actually pair really well with the color palette. And I'll go over that in a minute too. The next bar that I chose for the warm home decor line. I almost said warm selection. The warm home decor line is Freshwater Sage. This comes from our Fresh fragrance family. It is a beautiful, light, naturey scent. I super love this one. It was new last year, so I did have the opportunity to use it, and it is actually one of my house scents that I'm super excited to get an order in for tomorrow. The scent description for Freshwater Sage is cool forest spring, fresh brewed tea, and lemon peel. So it's a lighter, more naturey scent. But I think freshwater sage would work really, really well with the cabin. The very first image that we looked at that had the Morcana marble warmer in the cabin living room. It would be an amazing light scent for that if you guys are looking for a lighter fragrance that still feels like warm and cozy. I think it would also work well for the, again, open living room area just because they had those plants inside the room. The house plants that I think freshwater sage might pair really nicely with to help bring even more of that nature in there, the green nature. And then I think I would also use this in the mixed style airy bedroom with the sanded linnea warmer because it's just very light, not too much of differentiation between color palette tones. And freshwater sage is just a really peaceful, calming, fresh, not too heavy scent. So I think that would work really, really well there. All right, guys, the last scent that I'm going to recommend for the warm home decor line is saltwater and saffron. So this one is a stronger scent. It really is. It's in the woods fragrance family, or you may have heard consultants call it the manly scent. The scent description for this is bleached driftwood, sweet earthiness, and fresh lemon peel. You don't really get the lemon in here, you guys. You probably get that saltwater and saffron bleached driftwood scent even more. So something that was really amazing about this was I was warming it to make samples for my VIPs, and when I smelled it cold, it was like, oh, this is going to be really interesting. It's very strong. I'm not sure what it smells like. But when I was warming it up to make the samples, I instantly got memories flooding in of my grandpa. So my grandpa passed away when I was in high school, but I just remembered how he used to take us out on his boat to go tubing. When we would sleep over at my grandpa's house, he would have movie nights with us. And it was just like the greatest thing. My grandpa, staying with him just felt like a warm hug. And I don't know what normal grandpa smells smell like, but this was just like that warm. He had like a wooden furniture office kind of feel. I don't know. It was just so good. I'm gonna not cry today, guys. But it just reminded me of my grandpa, and I haven't thought about him in the longest time. So it was just so like bittersweet to be like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of my grandpa. Like as soon as I started smelling the warm saltwater and saffron scent, which is just amazing. I love that so much. All right, you guys, but that is all my recommendations for fragrance. So I hope one of those stood out to you. If you guys like any of the warmers or the home spaces or the fragrances that you saw, if any of this was helpful, I want to hear about it so that way I can help kind of alter or tailor this content to fit what you guys are looking for even more. So don't forget to leave a comment of what warmers stood out to you, what spaces felt like your space, what scents do you think will work best in your homes to make them feel more cozy. And also don't forget to hit like and subscribe so that way you can stay up to any updates, any new posts, maybe the other home decor warmers and decor lines soon. I jumped over myself there. And more product reviews and more new Scentsy products and things that are launching soon. So don't forget to hit those buttons, guys. Also, if you want to stay up to date on all things Scentsy, go ahead and scan the QR code, you guys. This will lead you to a sign up link so you can sign up for the newsletter so that way you can stay like literally in the know on anything new that's upcoming, any new launches that we have going on, or anything that I push out for specials and deals. But anyways, you guys, I am always excited to share the latest news, latest tips, latest exclusive offers, home decor styles, anything to help make your spaces feel more cozy with you guys, my community. Your support means the entire world to me. So I'm so glad that you're tuning in to watch these videos, and I can't wait to help bring more cozy ideas to you. And you want to stay connected. Stay connected and let us know what you'd like to see next. Go ahead and drop it in the comment section of here. Your feedback is going to help this channel grow and help us create content that truly means something to you guys, that truly sticks with you guys, that truly hits you guys where we're looking for help. Because I don't want to give you guys content that doesn't really mean jack. So if you guys want specific things, you guys want to see specific things, go ahead and drop it in the comment section so that way I can make sure I'm covering them for you guys. I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, for being a part of this journey, for being a part of Morgan's Cozy Corner. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.